Not very glamorous, but...
Yeah, that's right. This can be the opening shot. Mallrat.
And I'll pick my nose.
Like, edit it really weird. Cool. Sick. Not though. I'm not sick.
Just fully sick.
Yeah, it's just sick as.
Groceries. That's the close to groceries. As
like,
best as I can upside down. It's the best I can do, sorry. Obviously, the point we're at now is superstar festivals, big stadiums, etc. What was the start of that? What was the origin story? How did you get into it?
I started making music after I went to an all-day concert.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was in grade 9 or 10. And when I was at that concert, I just had this feeling in my stomach, like I would be at airports with him. I had like a That's So Raven, like flash forward to the future. And I was like, how's that going to happen? Maybe I should be a DJ. And then so I learnt how to DJ, and then I was like, oh, maybe I should make beats. And then I started making beats, and then I was like, maybe I should sing on these beats.
Wow.
And then that's how I got into making music.
Yeah.
And then my first shows ever were with All Day. And then
full circle.
Yeah, and then we lived in America together.
Okay.
And have done lots of tours together since.
Yeah, we've done tunes with him as well. Like there's heaps of songs, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I would say lesson 1 is trust your gut. So that's how I started. But the process was like at the beginning very much like messaging lots of people on SoundCloud and Facebook.
Wow, okay.
And as soon as I decided that I wanted to sing, I lost a lot of confidence in my ability as a producer.
Right.
And so I was like leaning on other, which is fair because like it's hard to be a good producer. But I kind of built that confidence up again from the ground when I started actually making music to release.
Did you ever have like a teacher for singing, or was it all homegrown sort of stuff?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's an interesting one because I would say like I don't have technically the strongest voice. Like I don't have an Ariana Grande or like a belting kind of like belting voice, but I'm really good at writing songs. And my tone of voice suits the songs that I write. So I've never really felt the need to push my voice too much. I've just slowly learned how to use it in a way that works for me. And my first EP is like very cute and good for a first EP, but now it's like not at all what I'm trying to make anymore.
Wow,
so it's just a process of trial and error, really.
Yeah. How do you go from learning other people's songs or just mucking around to creating a song?
For me, because I don't really have an instrumental background.
Okay.
I have a like garage band background. For me, it was about learning how to use the tools that I had on my computer, and that was my process. For other people, it's going to be completely different. Like it's an annoying answer because there really is no one way of doing things.
Way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though I would say my strongest skill is songwriting.
Right.
It wasn't like I wanted to be like Alanis Morissette. It wasn't singer-songwriters that I was looking up to and trying to emulate, even though I have a lot of love and respect for that. I was listening to so much rap music and electronic music. So I was trying to figure out how do I make like a Skepta beat, or how does Skrillex do that like vocal thing that he does.
Okay.
For me, that was like the driving curiosity. What I try to do when I make a song is capture a feeling or a memory rather than have like a linear, this is the beginning, this is the end, this is the lesson or the story in it. Like, I don't really relate to that style of songwriting. I just like capturing feelings, and often that's through imagery in lyrics or textures in sounds for me. I think eventually my setup will become like a live band. There's little bits of the show where I wish I was playing guitar. Like the outro in Rockstar.
Oh, nice, yeah. Well, speaking of guitar, you've brought a present.
Should I pick it up?
I think we should. Let's have a go.
It's pretty special. Oh, sorry.
Walk us. What have we got? Walk us through it.
It's kind of, I have to begin
That
this
looks
with...
amazing.
I have to start by apologising to Fender because they gave this to me to give away when I put out Rockstar.
Amazing.
Which was so long ago, like well over a year ago. I put all these stickers on it. There's stuff on the back too.
That's incredible.
Some of them are custom Mallrat stickers that my friend
wow.
Harley designed, like the bunnies.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we have this guitar
Wow.
to give away.
Details will be below here on how to enter, but it's up for grabs. Anyone can win it. Back to the success in the last 5 years has been crazy. Is there any sort of pressure to keep in a certain theme?
I think there was before,
Yeah.
but when everyone realised I'm not going to do what I'm told, they gave up.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
So you're really staunch with that.
Yeah, I'm
That's great.
really,
Yeah.
I can be really annoying
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes. So like before...
You have to experience it myself, so.
I wrote Charlie like a year or so before it came out.
Yeah.
And as soon as I wrote it, I knew that it was my best song and it
Wow.
was going... I just had another That's So Raven moment where I was like, definitely my biggest song.
Yeah.
So far. But everything before that had been very, very pop, and a lot of it had been very electronic. And the label didn't really, I love my label, but like they didn't really see it as a single. They never agreed to it actually. But I just
That's so rockstar of you,
yeah, I just didn't show them anything else, and then
Wow.
I made a music video and got the song mixed and mastered. And I was like, I don't have anything else. Like, we should put this out.
Fantastic.
So they never came around. Well, afterwards they did, but
When they heard it and go, this is amazing, and look at how much positive reception it's getting.
yeah.
Funny how that works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now they know to everyone
Such a good story.
knows
I love that
just
story.
to let me do my
That's
thing.
so good.
There's no better feeling than when you finish a song and you know it's great.
Yeah.
Like that, when you're still in the studio or you're listening to it on the way home, that is the best feeling in the whole world. Like getting rewarded
Right,
for it
yeah.
afterwards doesn't compare.
Yeah.
Playing it live doesn't compare. Like
Yeah.
it's that feeling in your gut and your heart.
That's
Not
amazing.
to be lame,
That's
but
amazing. No.
yeah, it's
so
like
cool.
you just know that you've created something that is gonna go do way more than you as a person can. It will reach more people than you.
Just for if anyone is ever trying to write and they just get a block and it's just they just feel like they can't find a way. Like, is there something you do to help get past that?
I have developed a few little things. So if it's a specific song that you're stuck with, sometimes it makes such a difference to pitch the whole thing up or down a semitone.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's
It opens up
Interesting.
heaps of new melodies.
okay.
And like a different range. I did that with Rockstar. I had the chorus for over a year, just sitting there in the
Yeah.
instrumental, and I couldn't write any verses. And then I worked on it again and we pitched it down a few semitones. And then that's how I wrote the rest of the song.
Right.
And the other thing is, if it's just a general block where you feel like you can't make anything you're excited about, kind of just embrace that, and instead of trying to write something, maybe try and learn something new. So for me, when I had my first big writer's block, I was still using GarageBand.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna not make anything for a few months, and I'm gonna learn how to use Ableton instead.
Oh wow, that's a mountain to climb.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah. And you find yourself accidentally making things and just learning new tools. I always say that as well, especially when young girls say they want to
Yeah.
be musicians.
Yeah.
I always say learn how to produce, ideally learn how to use Ableton, because if you make music with other people, it's pretty much always going to be guys that are way older than you, and it's so easy to feel like you don't know anything.
That's a really good point. That's a really, really good point.
So learning production, especially Ableton, will help you to articulate what you want when you're
Yeah,
collaborating
okay.
with people.
Wow, great. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having
It
me.
means the world. Can't wait to see what's next. Brilliant.